Oh, yes, the Beal World, D.C.
This is the true story.
True story.
Of 17 strangers.
Picked to play on a team.
We're all adults.
Work together.
I can't do you guys' job. You guys can't do my job.
And have their lives taped.
That's frustrating.
Find out what happens
when people stop being polite.
And start getting Beal.
Oh, I know, dog.
The Beal World.
DC.
One of my favorite shows within a show in the history of the jump, and we've got a lot of them. The Wizards finding themselves in a tight race for that last play-in spot with the Bulls. So, Monica, my fellow D.C. area native, do you believe the Wizards will push past the Bulls here, especially with Zach LaVine out right now?
First of all, Rachel, for that whole open, I don't know who's deciding on the awards, but if you don't win, I'm going to have to call somebody because that is excellent. Second, to your question, yes. And I believe in this person called Uncle Mo. That would be momentum. And I think the Wizards are playing great basketball right now. And when you think about it, this is the team, minus the fact that Daniel Gafford is the guy who they've been 7-1 with on the floor. I didn't expect to say that at this point in the season. But this is the team that people were excited about, in theory, when the Russ, John Wall trade went down initially. You thought of a healthy Russ and the firepower that he brings alongside a potential scoring champ and Bradley Beal. So, yes, I buy into this. Not to mention that it does them no good to tank because that entire front office, from what I understand, they're toward the end of their contracts, so they're trying to win.
Great point. And I'm back and forth with this. And I think we're going to see these two teams flip-flop a while. Right now, like I said, momentum. Wizards are playing great basketball. Their two stars have figured it out. And they've been playing great basketball. I'm not saying that, but they figured out how to be stars and get the others involved. And I think, Russ is playing better basketball. I mean, triple-double, we know that he can do that. But I think he's just playing better basketball. And the supporting cast, playing better basketball, understanding who these two guys are, what they can do, what they've been doing. And other guys are really stepping up to the occasion. And with Zach LaVine out right now, this is the chance for the Wizards to take advantage of that opportunity to move up.
First of all, the Western Conference teams trying to get into the play-in are looking at those standings we had up before and like, oh my God, life in the East. What a world they live in over there. Second of all, look, I guess I'll take the Wizards, right? They're tied. The Wizards have a much easier schedule. The Bulls have the tiebreak already. But this is the Wizards team we thought we were going to get, to Monica's point at the beginning of the season, before the virus and the associated protocol sort of upended their entire season. Russ has come on. Beal's back healthy. Bertans came back last night and hit 6 threes. And they're found lightning in a bottle with this three-headed center rotation of Alex Len, Robin Lopez, and Daniel Gafford. It feels like they're starting to put it together a little bit more, whereas the Bulls, with Zach LaVine out, they just made a big trade. They've got key starters now coming off the bench. It feels like they're kind of scrambling. Got a big win last night in Boston, but it feels a little less certain there. So I guess I'll go with the Wizards.
Well, look, and Zach, you may be right about how the Western Conference teams in those 7, 8, 9, 10 spots are looking at the Eastern Conference teams, but this is a big deal for those Eastern Conference teams, right? You might have guys like Luka Doncic or Draymond saying, the play-in isn't a big deal or we don't like it. This is a chance for teams like the Bulls, who pulled off, as you said, that big trade and need to validate why they did that and sort of signaling to a guy like Zach LaVine for future contract discussions who they think they are. It is a big deal for a team like the Wizards. It has been more than 40 years since that franchise has even been in an Eastern Conference Finals game. Playoff success, they don't even know about it recently. So the idea that they could make it back to the postseason in any way is really important, and I think you can see that in the way the Wizards are playing. Monica, thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you for the kind words, my friend. I appreciate it.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.